Alright you guys, so today I'm going to show you guys how to change the factory bulbs on this Lexus with some LED bulbs on the doors and the interior. So on the doors, passenger side and driver side, you'll see the little arrow right there. So you just put the screwdriver in there and it will pop out. And then I suggest unplugging it so you don't have to deal with the heat, and then I'll show you what comes next. Unplug this, there's a little push button right there on the inside. You push it, pull it apart. So to take this off, because you can't reach in there to unplug the bulb without it. So you see how it has a little groove right there and then a little piece right there that slides in. So you're gonna pull this plastic out. The way I'm holding it, you're gonna pull it out to the left. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. See how I slid it out to the left? This slides out and these little grooves slide out also. So now it's still kind of tricky to get it out from there. Well, you could get it out from there with a flat screwdriver, but to get the bulb back in, so I'll show you what process you do next. You could take off the cap first and then pull the bulb out, or you could reach that little flat screwdriver in there and just kind of twist it. A little bit of pressure and it will pull it out that way. So you have this little latch right here on both sides. You get a little tiny flat screwdriver and you put it in there. And once you take off that pressure, then this will separate. Once you apply a little bit of pressure, like I said, it will separate. So you lift it up, and then now you have easy access to that plug. So when you put the LED bulb in there, you're gonna push it in. If it's a little hard to push in because LEDs are a little tiny thicker than the regular bulb, just wiggle it around a little bit and it will go in. All the LED bulbs in there, it's time to reassemble this. So you just pop that cover back on, and then this one's just gonna slide back in place. So once you pop that cover on, this just slides back in place how it was up right there. Then you slide it to the right now to lock it back in. Then you get this plug. It's only going to plug back in one way. So the clip goes towards this side so that it locks back in place. And then you'll see it turn on right now. So you see the difference? It's a lot brighter, way nicer color. And then to put it back in place, you just put it back in this way and then push it until you hear it clip back in place. Same thing for the other side. Alright, so now for the interior, we already replaced these with the LEDs right now, but since we were at it, I figured I might as well make you guys a video so you guys know how to do this. And I'll put the link for the exact bulbs that we used on here on the description below. So you're gonna go and you have a little tiny cutout right here on this piece. So you pry that part down, and then once you get that part down, you're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna set down the camera right now so I could do the same on the other side. You'll see the little notch right there. Alright, so once you take that off, then it just comes out this way. When you put it back in, you're gonna put this end in first. Then when you put that end in first, then you're going to pop it back in place. So as you can see, they're already all LEDs in here now. So we already replaced these right now, which are way nicer color and way brighter. So to remove these bulbs, you just, same thing, just pull it out with your finger, but make sure that the light is off because they do get very hot with the stock bulbs. So make sure the power is off. Close your doors, turn on your car if you don't want to be sweating in there. Don't have the power on for the lights when you replace these because you don't want to pop a fuse or something. If you were to pop a fuse, most likely on newer cars, usually you gotta unplug the battery and reconnect it so that it could reset the breaker basically on the newer cars. They usually don't have fuses for them separately now, they're kind of built in. So that's how the cover pops back on. Just make sure it clipped on all the way, and then double check your work. So just test them, make sure they all turn on again. So that's the front. If you can't get the bulbs out with your finger, use a piece of masking tape and just put it around the bulb, and it just makes it a lot easier to take off. Also, when you take this plastic off, use a really small flat screwdriver like this. Don't use one of the big flat screwdrivers unless if you don't care about scratching up your plastic. A lot of people I see use full-size flat screwdrivers. They'll put it in here and apply pressure, and then it just makes an ugly little notch right here on this opposite end of your plastic, which looks kind of ugly. So So I'll show you guys how to do the back. Right. So the back's pretty similar. If you look closely, you'll also see the little notch right there on this end and this end. So this one, the notch is towards the front of the car instead of towards the back like the front was. So you're gonna do the same thing, apply a little bit of pressure. I'm gonna set down the camera right now so I could take it off all the way, and then I'll show you guys. So once you put the screwdriver and apply pressure on both of those little cutouts, the cap will come off this way. One turns on when the doors are open, the other two are with switches. So push a little button, it turns on. These bulbs are also canvas, so it does not matter which way you put them in. Power and ground doesn't matter. Those still turn on either way. So when you put this cap back on, put the back end in first, and then you're gonna pop in this one and pop in this one till you hear it lock in place. So you're good to go. If you're replacing all of them, like we did on this vehicle, you have a total of 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and 1 on each door for the front doors. So we used a total of 8 bulbs today. We sell them on the website for $15 a pair with 1-year warranty with free shipping. I'll try and get the customer to send us a picture of how it looks at night, just so you guys can see exactly how bright these are. This was on the new Lexus IS300 2018. It should be the same exact steps most likely for the IS250 and IS350 also. Hopefully this video helped you guys out.